What if I told you you're using LinkedIn wrong and that you've probably been using it wrong this entire time? There's a good chance, like most people, that you've been using LinkedIn as a digital resume. And while that might have worked in the early days, it's not really conducive to achieving the goals that you want right now in terms of new employment, new opportunities, growing your network, or growing your business. So today, I'm going to tell you how to truly use LinkedIn to your advantage and some things you didn't know about the platform. So let's get into it. Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake helping you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the channel. If you happen to be new here, first of all, welcome to the channel. My name is Roberto Blake. I'm a creative entrepreneur, public speaker, and I also talk a lot about video marketing. I've done events like VidCon, VidSummit, where I try to help individuals build their personal brand and their business with online video and leveraging content marketing. LinkedIn is one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal right now if you're trying to grow your brand or your business. When it comes to content marketing, you need to look at LinkedIn as not just a glorified digital resume, because a resume, let's be honest, it's bland, it's boring, it's by the numbers. It is just a list of facts and accomplishments. There's very little personality and context, but LinkedIn is a content platform. It is a social media platform, which means you have an opportunity to use this as a publishing platform and, editorialize your narrative in a way that's very advantageous for you, but adds context to anybody viewing it. The short version, stop being boring on LinkedIn. Being professional, being a thought leader, being of value doesn't equal being boring. Just cut it out. While there are people in the job arena, whether they're employers or recruiters, they're looking at your skills. They also are looking for alignment on the company culture, the culture of the company and the brand and their values and the type of people that they think can be champions for the brand is going to be important to people moving forward, because that's the nature of the market right now. And you have an opportunity to put yourself in alignment with the brands that you want to cultivate the attention of and the individuals that you want in your network. Your vibe attracts your tribe is something that people in social media are very fond of saying, because it's true and it's proven in human behavior and psychology. Where you sit is where you stand. The 5 people around you. We all have heard that before, and it's true. Okay, Roberto, that's great. That's fluffy. What do I do with that? What's the actionable takeaway? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm all about giving actionable advice on this platform. And something that I've been personally doing with LinkedIn is I've been getting into LinkedIn video, and I've been making it a point to try to post Monday through Friday on LinkedIn, whether it's a video post, a long format text post, almost like a blog, if you will, an article, or a photo, and asking a question to my network and my contacts. And this sounds very much like using it in the way that you would for, say, Facebook. But I'm not using it the way that you would use Facebook, because the intention is different. Like Facebook, I'm using the devices of storytelling and sharing my personal views and value to cultivate and attract attention of like-minded people. But unlike Facebook, at least for most people, I'm doing this with very specific intent and a framing of a professional audience that I believe has a mutual benefit where we can add value to each other. But to do that, I have to demonstrate what my value is. I have to show that I'm in alignment with the other person and what their values might be, and also that we are operating within the same sphere in terms of our industry or our niche or what we're trying to accomplish in terms of our goals. So you've been using LinkedIn wrong this whole time because of a couple of things. You're not posting Monday through Friday in a way that's meaningful to people already in your network or part of the network that you want to cultivate, or allowing yourself to give commentary on your industry, your niche, or the arena that you're trying to enter into. And the reason this becomes important is because it puts you as an individual into context for somebody who's looking into you. You have to know where people stand. You have to also have demonstrations of their knowledge and their experience. And when you communicate that and you do it in a much less formal way, but you're direct, that resonates with people because they don't feel you're being fake. So it's a disproportionate opportunity to reach people and say, you know what? I really resonated with what so-and-so had to say. That's going to mean a lot more to somebody than, oh, so-and-so has these qualifications or went to this school. We don't really care about those things. They're a shorthand for trying to get context on somebody. But you know what really gives someone context? Knowing why something matters to you. Knowing why you care about the industry being disrupted. Knowing why you care about preserving your craft. That is a much more powerful signal to somebody that you resonate with them and that you're in alignment and that you're part of the right company culture than any other accolade or accomplishment. Not everybody is great at video, and I completely respect that. But what I do think many of you could be doing differently is writing an article at least once a week in LinkedIn. It doesn't have to be some elongated thing. It can be 300 words. Use 300 words and then grab like a stock photo. You guys know that I'm a big fan of Adobe stock. Or take a picture of something with your smartphone that puts the frame into context in terms of what you're talking about. And then just write something meaningful and something that's based on your experience and shows you to be a person of substance that can contribute to the industry and to the niche that you're discussing. I think that that is underrated. And a once a week commitment of 300 to 500 words is not that challenging. And again, just by filming on my smartphone, it's been very well received, even without being polished and edited. One, the quality of what you can do on a smartphone is amazing in terms of video at this point. It's unprecedented. And then two, because I'm demonstrating and communicating confidence, I'm demonstrating higher value by showing the confidence to one, be on camera, differentiates me from the majority of the market. 90% of people won't do it. And then of the remaining 10%, how many of them will do it unedited and unfiltered and take that risk that it will be well received or it will go on the record unedited? That differentiates me in another way. It takes me to another higher tier because you see, often different is better than better. How are you separating yourself from the majority of the market? Once you narrow that down, now you're much more interesting and you're more likely to attract the opportunities that you want, the network that you want, and people who can really help you in building your brand, building your business, achieving your goals. Now, there are some of you that just feels wildly uncomfortable for you and you don't like necessarily sharing your inner thoughts, or you don't like talking about yourself and you're resistant to it and you're resistant to personal branding for that reason, even though all it really is demonstrating your skills, ability, your knowledge, your experience, showcasing your body of work and what's actionable to somebody. Like, that's all we're talking about when we say personal brand. Reputation and body of work, and then distributing that so that people can have context on you. That's what we're really talking about. But if that is uncomfortable for you, there is another alternative. Curation of content is underestimated, and LinkedIn is a great place for you to share things from industry thought leaders. So sharing a great article, sharing something from an accredited publication in your niche. Maybe you share something from Inc. or Business Insider or Fortune in terms of articles on a regular basis so that you become the curator of the best information in your sphere of influence. And that makes you valuable to people without you having to talk about yourself. Maybe you highlight the people in your network that you feel deserve a lot more credit for what they're doing, a lot more attention, and you highlight that. So that means you can write about other people or you can share other people's content. This makes you valuable because now you're someone who has an eye for talent. You're someone who has their fingers on the pulse of the industry. This is something that can differentiate you and make you stand out and make you someone of substance and value in the eyes of others. All of a sudden, LinkedIn's a lot more interesting to you now, isn't it? Question of the day. Are you going to start using LinkedIn as more than a glorified resume now that I've talked you through it in this video? I would love to know in the comments section if you feel like you've been underestimating LinkedIn and if you're finally going to use it as the great tool that it actually is. Maybe I changed your mind with this video. Anyway, I would love to hear from you. Like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. In fact, also do me a huge favor. If I've ever created value for you, go ahead and please give me a recommendation in LinkedIn because it actually really helps. And remember, I'm doing exclusive content that I'm only really doing mostly in LinkedIn, so you might want to check that out. As always, you guys, thank you so very much for watching, and don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.